Now then, here in the central median in front of Piers 7 and 8, we've got another palm, another single stem palm, which is Wodyetia bifurcata, Wodyetia, right, which is a foxtail palm in English. You can see the leaves are these kind of floppy kind of curving over shaped leaflets, leaf fronds, and then the leaflets are arranged in a kind of spiral around them. So this is an Australian tree which can tolerate dry conditions, like here in the middle of the road. We can see that it's got some flowers coming out, which will later turn into yellow fruit, right? And those flower spikes are coming out from the base of the leaf shaft there, and then below them some more, frankly, rather unnecessary trees which were just put in to make up the numbers, and this is Juniperus chinensis. Juniperus chinensis, one of the conifers on your list, which makes, as you can see, quite a good screen plant. And it's got this funny, I mean, it's quite an odd looking thing, I have to say. Commonly, I mean, you'll find this actually quite often in cemeteries, oddly, so people sometimes don't like it in residential areas, but I mean, it's okay here. If I was maintaining this, I would start to thin out these junipers. You know, they are actually, the junipers are actually blocking the sight lines. The palms don't block the traffic sight lines. And there's one other thing I just want to show you, just down here. We did actually have a whole lot of different shrubs in here. Most of them have not survived because they were not maintained. But we've got a couple of species on the list. This shrub, you can see, is growing to about more than a meter high. This is Ixora chinensis, and it's got these lovely kind of orangey, yellowy flowers. It's actually a native, and actually does grow as a hillside tree as well. But useful and commonly used shrub with these lovely flowers in the summer, more or less flowers all summer, really. And then lurking below is one of our ground cover plants, right, which is Rhoeo discolor. Rhoeo discolor, has these rather interesting leaves which are green on the top, and it's fantastic purple on the bottom. Oh, and there's litter. There's one of the problems with planting on the roads, is that people use the planting areas as for litter. So we've got Wodyetia bifurcata. We've got the Juniperus chinensis, Ixora chinensis, and Rhoeo discolor. And lastly, a weed tree, right? This is a nuisance tree which is growing as a weed, right? This is certainly not planted. The seed has come in by itself. And this is, in Cantonese, it's something like Anhap Foon. Leucaena leucocephala. And this Leucaena leucocephala gets in everywhere. This should have been weeded out, of course. So you would hardly ever plant it, to be honest, but you need to know what it is, because it invades all over the place. And this has what is called a double pinnate leaf. So that is the whole leaf. That's one leaf, and then you can see it's got a central spike, and then each leaflet is again subdivided into other leaflets. That's why it's called double pinnate leaf. And the end of the leaf, quite distinctively, you can see that it does not have one leaflet at the end, but it's got two. It divides into two leaflets at the end of the leaf, and that the leaflets themselves, the sort of sub-leaflets, also divide into two. I'm trying to focus, yeah. at the come on, divide into two at the end of the leaflet there, right? So this is quite a distinctive thing. You'll find it all over the place, and later I'll show you the flowers and the fruit of this tree, Leucaena leucocephala.